that subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you get notified every time we post. And if you want to find some behind the scenes stuff from us, maybe learn a little bit about what we're driving before it's here on YouTube, go find us on Facebook and Instagram, both at GT Garage Talk. And everything we do can be found at gtgaragetalk.com, including our podcast where we interview people from throughout the automotive industry. Huge thanks to Classic Toyota of Tyler for loaning us this beauty today. You can check out more of what's on their lot by clicking the link down in the description below. Tell them GT Garage Talk sent you. Hey gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
And I'm Matt.
And this is the best Camaro you can buy from factory today.
Bold words, sir. Bold words.
Yes, but I think, as we will talk about, aptly appointed to this vehicle. This is, as our backdrop suggests, a new classic. I think this one will age very well. This is the 2021 Camaro LT1. And as that name implies, it has the LT1 455 horsepower V8 under the hood. And no, it doesn't have nitrous, blowers, turbos, or any of that. No muss, no fuss. This is very simple.
Yeah.
And the cheapest V8 powered rear wheel drive performance vehicle you can get today.
Yeah, which is just insane. I don't even know where to begin with this car. The Alpha platform, which is borrowed from our
Cadillac
friends at Cadillac, is phenomenal in all regards. It handles everything with ease.
Going down bumpy, torn up backcountry farm roads here in East Texas, this thing rides better than my Chevy Cruze, which is a family car.
Right.
It may even have handled some of those roads better than our Jeep that is trail rated.
Right.
Like the platform on this, the bones of this car are solid.
Yes.
With a independent rear suspension. It's hard to upset it.
Yeah.
It is the most fun you can have for the price. It is an absolute blast.
Well, and even out on the edge, even when it does get a little loose back there, it's incredibly controllable. You back off the throttle a little bit, it bites right back, and you take off. Yes, the LT1 may be antiquated. It may be a dinosaur when it comes to the modern V8s that we have today. I would have one.
Well, let's take a look under the hood and see what makes this LT1 Camaro so special. It's 455 horsepower, 455 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in this particular one in 4 seconds flat. This is why you buy this car. Forget the interior, forget the fact that it doesn't have aero or splitters or any of that stuff. This right here is the reason you buy this car. You and I both really like this car.
Yes, absolutely. It is phenomenal. It's still a 6.2 liter V8. Push rod, like all the old stuff that it shouldn't have. 2 valves per cylinder, all that craziness. And yet the power numbers are nuts. And the ease of driving this thing is just fantastic. It really is a total package rig. And it's the combination of all the parts, the sum of the parts that makes this so good.
It is a sleeper Camaro SS because, as you can tell from the front styling, nothing really screams V8 powered, nothing really screams I'm the one to mess with or to challenge at the stoplights, which again is why we are here at Miller's Classic Cars, because this is as close to 60s performance as you can really get. This is what I loved so much about classic Camaros, is that it is a sleeper. It looks good, but it does not scream V8 power. So Matt, what do you say to us hopping behind the wheel and giving this one a go?
I'm ready.
Let's go. All right, Matt.
Yep.
Sitting in the 2021 Camaro to buy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Just throwing it out there.
All right.
Right now. You're going to get a little driving action first.
Yep.
Maybe we'll swap out in between, but I'm sold on this trim level.
Wow. So what is this trim level we're sitting in, Corey?
This is, as I mentioned, the trim level to buy. This is the LT1, not to be confused with the 1LT.
Right, which is different.
Right. The 1LT is a 4-cylinder or V6 powered. You don't necessarily want it for performance. Base Camaro.
Right.
The LT1 refers to the engine that's under the hood. That is the reason that you would get this. It is the cheapest way to get into a V8 powered rear-wheel drive car. I'm not even going to say Camaro, because now you've got the new Z coming out.
Right.
You've got the Supra. So you've got strong competition in the same price range from twin turbo V6 powered rear wheel drive vehicles that don't give you all the feel goods that the rumble of the V8 in this will give you. Yes, that is an LT1 V8 under the hood, producing 455 horsepower and 455 pound-feet of torque. Will do 0 to 60 in this particular car in 4 seconds flat.
Womp, womp, womp.
Yeah, so this does have the co-developed with Ford 10-speed auto in it. But for cheaper and for more fun, you can get a 6-speed manual, which only drops the 0 to 60 to 4.3 seconds.
Right.
But you have more fun doing it, and you feel more like you're a part of the car, which is the whole experience that you're meant to have in this vehicle to begin with.
Completely agree. Yeah, so this segment of vehicle, right, it used to be the big three, the Dodge Challenger, the Chevy Camaro, and the Ford Mustang. And we have seen this shift over the past decade, really, of these cars becoming less of the muscle car. I know technically they weren't ever really the muscle car, that was the bigger body stuff, but the shift away from the muscle car,
the pony car, as they were termed, thanks to the Mustang,
to more of a GT car and a Grand Tour. And I mean, good grief, this in particular is exactly that. I drove the GT500 Mustang with its ridiculous 7-speed dual clutch automatic
and a dial gear selector.
Yeah, and the dial, all that terribleness. That transmission is nuts. Yeah, absolutely insane. And this one co-developed with Ford,
right?
Ironically.
It'll pull.
The gears, there
are too many of them.
There's too many of them. They're actually a lot taller than I anticipated them being.
Yeah. What drive mode are you in right now?
I'm in just touring mode.
Yeah. So 10 speeds is a lot of gears for this car. It really is. And oh yes, my contention with this car, you kind of mentioned the days are long gone of the pony car.
Right.
This is as close to 1960s Camaro I think you can buy today. And by that, I mean it is the cheapest way you can get into a V8 car, V8 performance car.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't scream and shout SS or 1LE or big wing.
Right.
You can add all that stuff, but it doesn't just absolutely scream, look at me, I'm the performance one, I'm the one that you need to watch out for at the stoplights. But that V8 will light up the tires and let everyone know not to mess with you. So
speaking of the V8, I'm a little disappointed with the tone out of this car.
Yeah, it could use an upgraded exhaust. This one does not have the dual stage exhaust, which I wonder if that would help or just go straight aftermarket. But this is, like I said, you use the term the tuner's Camaro. This is the one you would want to buy to build.
Yes.
This is the one that if you were reliving the 60s, this is where you would start. This is an excellent platform. It shares a lot with the SS, that is a step above it, but again, doesn't scream, doesn't shout at any of that. this isn't like the 60s Camaros in that thing that you're doing right now,
Right.
in that it turns.
It actually turns.
And it turns really well. Like, oh my goodness. Very well.
Oh man, and we're on summer tires, and they're only 245s. I think on the SS you get 275s or 285s. They're big, but on this thing, 245 and summer cold tires. It's a cool-ish, damp-ish day here in Texas, and no troubles.
It's December and it's 75 degrees outside.
Yeah.
So yeah, the fact that you are able for essentially 35 grand to go to your Chevy dealership, plunk down the cash, and walk out with a V8 powered performance car that is more than anyone would need for driving on the streets.
Oh yeah.
This is the trim to buy.
And it's composed. So if this is what you want to commute in,
Yeah.
if you've got an hour drive to work back and forth, it is not going to beat you up like the SS does.
No.
It shares a lot of components with the SS. We were looking at that a few minutes ago. This does not have the mag ride, but I am not at all upset with the quality of ride in this thing. It sticks, but good grief.
So
it is supple and comfortable.
The bones of this car are a Cadillac.
Yes.
We're driving a performance Cadillac for 35 grand is essentially what you're getting with this. So that speaks very highly of this Camaro, and Cadillac owners may be like, yeah, well, you know, it shares, but whatever. But for 35 grand, you've got the bones of a performance Cadillac that handles like you wouldn't believe, that has 455 horsepower under the hood, powers the rear wheels, and will put a smile on your face, to the end of what does and does not cross over with the SS, why you might want to get that SS package, additional goodies that come standard with the SS, additional cooling for the engine,
Right.
and additional cooling for the rear diff,
Okay.
both of which you would not need in the environment in which you and I would use this.
Daily driving. And
If you were to track it, those things would become necessary. What else? No mag ride.
Right.
Magnetic ride for those of you. And then, like, some options you can't get, but essentially you can build a track package off of this. You can get upgraded Brembo brakes. This has Brembos up front.
It does. Yeah.
So you can upgrade the brakes even over that. You can upgrade the suspension. You can spec this to be a flat out performer on the cheap. It's a good car. I have mentioned, you and I did a walk around of this particular trim at the LA Auto Show, which did have the 6-speed manual in it.
Yeah.
But
Moment of silence.
yeah,
Okay.
since putting that video up on YouTube, we'll link it up in the corner, we have gotten a lot of comments about people who didn't even know this trim existed.
Yeah.
And you didn't even know this trim existed. I'm the Camaro fanboy. I knew it was, and it is my job to tell you, if you want a Camaro, this is the one to buy.
What?
This is absolutely the trim to get.
Yeah.
This particular one we're sitting in does not have anything special in it. This one was loaned to us by our friends at Classic Toyota in Tyler. It is used.
Yeah.
It only has 2,200 miles on it, and the only option this particular one has is the $1,200 RS package, which gives you the smoked taillights, a little bit different look front and rear on the exterior. That's about it.
Yeah. I mean, and to be honest, so you mentioned the diff cooler and a couple of other little things that the SS gives that this doesn't. ELSD you can get on the SS.
This does have a limited slip.
Yes.
But it's not the additional electronic aspect of it where it modulates your throttle and all that for you.
Right. And in my opinion, I would rather this because there's not the interference from the nannies in that regard. And that's really the name of the game. You know, yes, 1967 Chevy SS, 2021 Chevy SS or
LT1.
excuse me, LT1. I'm getting it all messed up. There's too many numbers and letters. If I have a critique of GM, dadgummit, it is just call it something simple.
They
please.
really like using their personal, never to be seen outside the company engine option codes and suspension option codes for marketing names. Z71, LT1,
Z28,
ZLE, or ZL1, 1LE,
yeah,
like all that good stuff. But yes.
And they're all too close together to try and decipher all of them. Unless you're head over heels for GM. So
what can I say? The Camaro is the car that won me over, and the fact that this is the closest to the 60s that I could get with new warranty, with air conditioning, with Apple CarPlay, with a touchscreen, with a very quiet, supple ride. Again, Cadillac bones in this car. I'm sold.
I am no more uncomfortable in this. If anything, I'm more comfortable in this than I am in my Subaru, which is a four-door sedan with wishy-washy suspension like crazy. Like, this is, it blows me away how well this does on the everyday driving.
Yeah, so we're not going to go into a lot on the interior on this because we did that in our video from LA. Again, go check that video out. We'll link it down below as well. Not Chevy's best interior by far. That still goes to the Corvette, which we also drove. We'll link that video as well. But again, for $35K in today's market, you're paying for the performance of this vehicle.
Oh yeah.
That is why you go after this. It's not for the trunk space, which there's plenty. The access to the trunk is tough.
Yeah.
You're not buying this for the rear seat, which, if I'm not mistaken, you put your child seat in. So let's throw that video in.
Yeah, I attempted to.
You and I both have young kids.
Right.
We've done a car seat test before.
Uh-huh. This one's going to be a little different.
You volunteered for this one, so go. Pretty simple.
Oh my goodness. That's all the more room there is?
Yep.
Please disregard how filthy this car seat is, okay?
Okay. Again, young boys. Life happens.
Alright, so it did go in at least.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
I'm just going to pull this forward just so I could get a view of what's happening here.
You got to be a contortionist in order just to get the car seat.
Yeah, pretty much.
You might beat me.
Well, mine was 43 seconds flat. You are approaching that very quickly, sir.
Yeah, kind of figured as much.
Granted,
the hooks?
Well, you know, there are little markers right here on the seat.
I know, and there's no hook there.
Help you find it.
What the heck?
4, 3, 2, 1. That's been a minute.
There's no hook. I'm telling you, there's no hook.
Well, while he's searching.
Oh, there it is.
Over there. Yeah. I will prove to you, there is, in fact, right there.
No, that's not it.
Yeah.
No, it's in here.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Oh my goodness. Hidden.
Obviously, this is a vehicle that would not normally have a car seat.
Well, granted, you and I did just pick this up, and we have not attempted this yet, so we haven't even researched it.
Right.
So this is just first go, right?
Time.
Darn near 2 minutes, sir. How snug is it?
Wait, let's see.
Oh, there you go. No feet, right?
Yeah, no.
How snug is it back there?
That won't work at all.
All right. Well,
it's in.
There you go.
But this is not, this doesn't work.
So yeah, you're not buying this for all of that. Yes, there is a back seat that can be used in a pinch, and you did the child seat, so I guess I'm the one. I know, though, I'm moving the seat forward a little bit. I learned from you, sir. But that's as far as it goes. Climb underneath the seat belts, and
Don't hurt yourself.
it's not bad. Oh.
Oh no, it's kind of bad.
Okay, there we go. It's family car.
A little claustrophobic back there.
No, it's family car. Corey approved. You know, we talk about all the third row bonus seats in SUVs. That's not far from many of them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Final thoughts, Matt.
At 100?
Yeah?
Okay. It's fast. Oh my goodness.
You like it, don't you?
I actually really do. This would check a lot of boxes for me in capability and performance and
Bang
price
for your
point.
buck.
Yeah, I mean this is a whole lot of fun for what you get, and man, it just rides so good. It absolutely blows me away, the quality of the ride. This one also doesn't have all the whiz-bang gadgets and gizmos that would get in your way when you want to go have fun with it.
It's the one to have. It's as close to the 60s as you can get in a modern car.
Yep.
You like to critique the visibility is minimal.
Well, when you're going that way
Yeah.
at triple digits, what's behind you doesn't really matter. So
Right. You know, you've got thicker pillars for rollover protection and stuff like that. You've got extra airbags. So again, it's as close as the 60s as you can get with all the modern amenities you would want or the government says you need. Like a backup camera.
And the rear view mirror is just big enough to know if you're getting pulled over. You know.
Well, it doesn't really need to be much bigger because you'd just be seeing black plastic.
Right. It's I'm seeing the top of the seat and the top of the roof there. So it's well.
Gearheads, you already know I love it. I had a 5th gen, 45th anniversary.
With a manual.
Yes. I'm the whole reason that we found this one to review. So you know I love it. You know I'd spec it out. You know I'd spend the money on it. So there you have it. I love it. Matt loves it. It's a fun car. There you have it. There are our thoughts from driving the 2021 Camaro LT1, the cheapest V8 performance car you can get. What do you think in a world where Mustang GTs cost more than this?
Right.
The Supra is out in the world, and love it or hate it styling on that thing. And you've got the return of the Nissan Z.
Yeah,
like,
right around the corner.
We're still waiting on pricing on the Z, but this is quite competitive with those twin turbo V6 options from the
from
Japanese
BMW and Nissan.
German automakers. What do you think? What are you buying? Did you know this existed? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell so you're notified every time we post a video.
Be sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram, both at GT Garage Talk. And of course, everything that we do can be found at gtgaragetalk.com.
All right, Matt, send us.